Time. Is time again?
Well, good evening all. It's that time again. My wife's just reminding me it's quiz time. It's 8 o'clock. It's Sunday night. So it's time for Nick's Sunday night quiz. Well then, it's been an interesting week this week, hasn't it? What with rain and shine and more rain and storms and thunder and, well, we didn't have much thunder, but we've had a lot of rain, that's for sure, on and off, but never mind. Been a mixed bag of weather. Let's hope that things are going to improve. Now then, before we get any further, let's just quickly recap what we've got tonight. 6 rounds of just general knowledge. We start off tonight, as always, with our first round, which will be entitled Sunday the 16th of May. Sunday, 16th of May. That will give you 13 possible correct answers in round 1. Round number 2 tonight is entitled Hidden Words. Now, they're hidden in the answers, and hidden in the answers are either the words cup or tea. Cup or tea. That's round number 2. Round number 3 tonight will be an initial letter link. I think we all know how that works. Round number 4 is a chain letters round, which is very similar to a trivia trial, except instead of using just the last letter, we'll use the last 2, 3, or 4 letters or that kind of a thing. Round number 4 tonight is a connections round. And finally, round number 6 will be some general trivia. Now then, let's see who has joined us tonight. Andrew Lewis is just saying good evening, and Lydia from the Overtoft selection of the week links. Jane and Andrew with assistance from our daughter Rachel and her dog Lexi. Good evening, Rachel and Lexi. I hope you're all keeping well and raring to do battle with week links tonight. Week links have been doing very well on and off over the last few weeks. Last Sunday's performance wasn't their finest, but they had a storming week the week before. Jed and Tracy have just joined us, so good evening to Jed and Tracy. They're saying good evening to everybody. I'm just checking in, and Clive and Janet, the teasers, have just joined us. Good evening, Nick and everybody there saying. And Black Panther's just joined us. BP is saying hi, so hi to BP. I hope you're well. Lisa's just joined us. She's saying, good evening, all from a sunny California. I bet it's lovely over there. So happy the Foxes won yesterday. Watched live in the USA at 9 a.m. Go, Foxes, go. Faye's just joined us. She's saying, hey, Nick and Lydia, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you, Faye. I hope you're keeping well. I'm raring to get back into the pub sooner or later. We will see. Lisa's just saying, can you quickly go over the rounds again, please? I just missed it. Don't worry. I went over very early on. There's a lot of people not logged on yet. Lisa, I'll go through all those rounds again. Kevin has just joined us. So good evening, Kevin. I hope you're keeping very well. And he's saying good evening from the Rotary Club of Rugby. Always a very good team. And in fact, last week, they were just about runners-up. It was very, very close last week. Just running through some scores. We had in first place last week after a very, very close fought competition. We had the Quizzy Rascals out-and-out winners last Sunday with a fantastic 61 points. Just behind them, half a point behind, we had Carol Green and Split the Difference, both on 60.5 points. Then we had 3 of the firm favourites, as always. We had the Teasers, we had PRS and the Rugby Rotary Club, all on a fantastic 59.5 points. So it was very close last week, with Pick a Mix just behind on 57, Home Alone 6. They were on 56 points, with Ian and his bottler Shiraz on a fantastic 55 points. So we've just had, as I say, the Rugby Rotary Club have joined in. PRS have just joined us, so good evening to Matt. And Claire, I hope you're keeping well. I trust Robin's going to be joining you in a minute. Sarah's just joined us. She's saying, hi, Nick, Lydia and company. Myself, James and Joe, ready to play. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Where's Russ tonight then? Has he run off, Sarah? Has he left you? Where's Russ gone tonight, though? You'll have to let me know. Now then, as we know, things are beginning to get back to some kind of normality with the opening of the pubs this week. In fact, oops, Russ too. He is there. Fair enough. Well spotted, Sarah. Trish has just joined us. She's saying, it's Paul and Trish, the Ridgeway's minus Anthony again, checking in. Where's Anthony swanning off to? You'll have to tell that boy off for not being able to join the team tonight, Trish. Don't mind. Great to see you. And I'm sure you're raring to do battle as usual. As I was saying, pubs are getting back to some normality. In fact, the majority of our kind of business should be opening up over the next week now. But But is the business going to be there? That's what we're going to ask ourselves. It's going to be a bit tough, I think, for the next few months until people are quite happy to go back into pubs, let alone anything else. Certainly, it's going to be up to us to make sure we've all got our vaccinations. I'm fully vaccinated, I think, before a lot of us go back into the pub. So that's why I'm aiming for Sunday night quiz, possibly the end of July. Not the first 2 weeks, but probably third week, July maybe, we will have our return to the Victoria Inn for our first quiz night on a Sunday, which will be a shame for all you that have been doing it online, but never mind. You are more than welcome, I'm sure, to come and join us at the Victoria Inn. It'll be a great night. Penny's just joined us, so good evening, Penny. I hope you're keeping well, as has Jackie. So Jackie's just joined us, so that should be the Booby Prize girls are up to speed, and I've got a full team now. Let's just quickly go through those rounds again. Now we've got a lot of you logged on. First round tonight is entitled Sunday the 16th of May. Sunday the 16th of May. That comprises 13 possible answers, or correct answers. Round number 2 is entitled Hidden Words. Now, hidden in the answers are either the words tea, T-E-A, or the word cup, C-U-P. Tea or cup are hidden somewhere in the answer. Round number 3 tonight is entitled An Initial Letter Link. Basically 9 general knowledge questions where question 10 asks you to rearrange the first letters of the first 9 answers to spell out something we'll get to when we get there. Round number 4 is a chain letters round. Chain letters is very similar to a trivia trail, where you can take the last letter, the last 2 letters, or the last 3 letters of your previous answer, and they're the first letter, the first 2 or 3 of the next one, and so on and so forth. Round number 5 tonight is a connections round. A connections round, basically 2 sets of 4 general knowledge questions, where question 5 and question 10 asks for a connection between the previous answers. And finally, we've got some general trivia just to finish you off right at the end. Pretty straightforward tonight. There's a couple of little teasers in there, obviously, to make sure that nobody can score a full score. But you never mind. You never know. We've had teams guess all the correct answers in round 6 before now. Now then, can anybody tell me how to get rid of... we've got a bit of a problem with our air conditioning unit at the moment. I was going to switch it on the other day, but we didn't. And looking outside, I thought, these birds are flying a bit close. We've got these little blue tits nesting in our outdoor part of our air conditioning unit. They found a little hole where one of the pipes goes in, and they're nesting in there. Anyway, they seem to have fledged, but, well, I say they're fledged. They're flying in and out all over the place today. But... so we're not going to be able to switch the aircon until they've cleared off. So how long does it take blue tits to vacate the nest? Let's put it like that. Lisa, we can't join in at the pub from USA. Can you do it online at the same time? I might be able to sort something out, Lisa. We'll see. Some kind of connection. I'm not quite sure. It's a bit tricky because, of course, I wander around with a microphone talking to the pub rather than speaking into my computer and my phone. But anyway, we might be able to come up with something. I don't know yet. Carol's just joined us from Cornwall. She's saying Coiners Tyke is here, raring to go. Now, Carol did remarkably well last week. Second place was 60.5 points. She was on the same score as Split the Difference. So let's see, Carol, whether you can go one better and beat the lot of them tonight. So John O'Rourke and the Famous Five have just joined us, as has Sogs. Good evening to John. Let's also say good evening to Stuart. Donker's out here. They're signing in from rugby in London tonight. And Dave and Ann Anderson, who also just joined us, saying good evening from Dave and Ann in a very wet Essex. Well, to be fair, we've had, although there's some big black clouds outside at the moment, we've had a fine evening this evening. It's been quite surprising. Since about 5 o'clock, the sun's come out and we've had a lovely evening. It's quite warm as well, but we have had some pretty groggy weather over the last day or two, but that's never mind. Diane's just joined us. Pinky and Perky signing in and signing on. Pig and Mix have also just joined us. Now, Pig and Mix, they were in the mix last week with a fantastic 57 points. So well played, Pig and Mix. And Squeaky Pub have also just joined us. They're saying good evening. And Squeaky Pub did very well last week. They ended up on 52.5 points. Pierres, do you need help evicting them? Yes, I do. How do you evict blue tits? That's what I want to know. Without upsetting them too much. I don't want to upset them, so I won't put the aircon on until they've at least gone. Chris has just joined us. Good evening, Chris. I hope you're keeping well. Raring to go with another one of Nick's fine Sunday night quizzes, as has Mick and Bev have also just joined us. So good evening, Mick and Bev. I hope you're both keeping well. Michelle's also just joined us from Crick. So we've got hello everyone, Charlie, James, and myself raring to go. So, and also Home Alone 6. So the two Crick teams have joined us, Crick 1 and 2. We're here and ready to go. Carol's just put, you've got a connections round ×2, so I'm not expecting too much. Never mind, you're just beginning to get the idea of it. Footy Fox 86, good evening all. Good day for us Foxes yesterday. Well, it was, and congratulations to Leicester City. I have to say we didn't really see much. I saw the goal, which was excellent, but yep, well played the Foxes, well deserved. And Georgie has just joined us. She's saying hello from the Yorkies and Linda. Chris has just said, I have to admit, I am very tired today. I woke up last night and was worried where the sun had gone. But then the solution dawned on me. Oh, dear. Good one, Chris. Keep them coming. We've been relying very much on Roy with some of his funny jokes and Faye, of course, and there's quite a few of us keep putting good jokes on. So do, and Ian, of course, yes. So keep putting good jokes on. Now, we've just got, what have we got? 4 minutes to go before the quiz starts. So let me just run down last week's out-and-out winners and scores. Out of a possible, I think last week was a possible 65, if I'm not mistaken. The Quizzy Rascals managed 61 points to win the quiz. They were hotly pursued by a number of teams, split the difference, and Carol Green on a fantastic 60.5 points. So they were a bit miffed, missing out by half a point. And just a point behind them, we had the Teasers, PRS, and the Rugby Rotary Club, all on a fantastic 59.5 points. Just behind them, we had Pick and Mix on 57. And not far behind them, we had Ross Morley and Home Alone 6, both on 56 points, with Ian and his bottle of Shiraz on 55 points. Then we had Team UK USA, 54.5, with John Humwick, Meetail, Charlie and James on 53.5. The Yorkies ended up with 53. And we had Squeaky Bob and Keith Mitchell on 52 points. Now, if I haven't mentioned your name, it's either because they were a little bit lower than that last week, or basically you didn't put your score on, which some people didn't, but never mind. Right, then we've just got a couple of minutes to go. So let me just run through those rounds again for you quickly. We start off with Sunday, the 16th of May. That's round 1. So each of your answers start with those initial letters, SUNDAY, 16THMAY.
Hello.
Round number 2. Oh, the wife's on the phone now. You'll be able to hear everything she says. Round number 2 is hidden words. We've got tea and cup. Tea and cup. Round number 3 is an initial letter. I'm never going to be able to hear when she's... We might as well just listen to the wife for a second.
Never mind.
She's chatting away on the phone. We can all hear, but never mind. Oh, dear. So where have I got to? Round 3 was, round 2, hidden words, tea or cup, sorry. Round number 3 was initial letter link. Round 4 is chain letters, which I'll explain when we get there. Round 4 is a connections, round 5 is a connections round. And finally, round number 6 is a general trivia round. Now then, just let me know. Ian's just joined us with his bottle of Shiraz, so he's raring to go. Good evening, Ian. I hope you're keeping well, and that bottle of Shiraz is nice and ready to go. Have you got one tonight, or is it 2? I've started this evening on a bottle of Oakham's Citra, a fine ale by any standard. Kevin's saying, are you carrying on next week? We are indeed, Kevin, until I think we're going to keep the Sunday quiz going until mid-July. We're not going to start at the pub until probably 3rd week of July. I'm aiming to start our quiz back at the Victoria Inn. Prior to that, I'm going to carry on doing an online quiz. I don't think, best will in the world, until all the restrictions are lifted, that we're going to get a lot of people in the pub on a Sunday night. But let's hope we will. If you're one of those people who shouts down the phone just in case the connection isn't working. Now, it sounds like me, that does. Carol's on Hoopers, Dandelion and Burdock tonight. That sounds very good. Always a good time since I've had some Dandelion and Burdock. I used to love that as a kid. Yeah, so we've got the whole of June yet, Kevin, and probably 2 or 3 weeks. So another 6 weeks, I think we'll be doing the Sunday night quiz at the least. But I will let you know the dates when we get a bit closer to it. I've also got to inquire whether teams would actually want to come back into the pub. It's no good me turning up and then nobody else does. Right now, Carol says 4%. Hoopers, dandelion. When I was a kid, we used to get dandelion and burdock, and it was 0%. That's not alcoholic, obviously. Right then, everybody, it's that time. It's 20. No, it's not. It's 8:15. So without further ado, if I just get my quiz up on my screen, sorry, it's hiding behind there. We'll crack on now. Do remember the first round. We'll spell out the word Sunday, 16th of May. We've done it before. So here we go. Question number 1, starting with the letter S. This is one Team UK, USA should be all over this one. Now a public museum, Alcatraz was a prison situated on an island off the coast of which American city? Oh, good evening, Paula. The Quiz Rascals have just joined us. So question number 1, now a public museum, Alcatraz was a prison situated on an island off the coast of which American city? Dean's just heard they cancelled a rock music festival in Devon. There was a major disagreement about who should go on first, the jam or cream. I like that one. Keep them coming, Dean. I like that. Question number 2, starting with the letter U. What is the world's only capital city to begin with the letter U? In 2016, it overtook both New Delhi and Beijing as the capital with the highest air pollution levels in the world. What can we more do? Oh dear. So question number 2 again. What is the world's only capital city to begin with the letter U? In 2016, it overtook both New Delhi and Beijing as the capital with the highest air pollution levels in the world. Carol's just puffed. Love that joke. Of course, in Cornwall, it is jam first. Question number 3. A campaign called Anglia Square, not Leicester Square, saw the world premiere of the film Alan Partridge, Alpha Papa, take place in which city? So question 3, starting with the letter N, a campaign called Anglia Square, not Leicester Square, saw the world premiere of the film Alan Partridge, Alpha Papa, take place in which city? Now, do remind me if it's anybody's birthday and wants me to sing a song, do feel free to let me know. And I'll be more than welcome to treat you to my dulcet tones, of course. Right then, question number 4. Which liqueur, do remember this starts with the letter D, has a name that is derived from the Scottish Gaelic phrase meaning the drink that satisfies? So question 4 again, which liqueur has a name that is derived from a Scottish Gaelic phrase meaning the drink that satisfies? Question number 5, I'm sure we've had this in a different way before, but it's always a good one to bring up. Who played Hans Gruber, a cunning thief and criminal mastermind from Germany, who holds the Nakatomi Plaza hostage to steal 640 million in negotiable bearer bonds in the film Die Hard? So question 5 again, it's a 2-word answer, of course, I'm after. Who played Hans Gruber, a cunning thief and criminal mastermind from Germany, who holds the Nakatomi Plaza hostage to steal 640 million in negotiable bearer bonds in the film Die Hard? I think my understanding of the word dulcet and yours are widely different. They possibly are, Robin. I miss your dulcet tones. Right, question number 6. What was the first live album by the English progressive rock band Yes? It was released as a triple album in the May 1973 on Atlantic Records. And I had one. I had a copy of that very triple album even. So question 6 again, what was the first live album by the British progressive rock band Yes? It was released as a triple album in May 1973 on Atlantic Records. Question number 7 is a century I'm after, starting with the number 1. Joan of Arc was considered a heroine of France for her role during the Lancastrian phase of the 100 Years' War. But in which century was she burnt at the stake? Not a particularly nice way to go, I'm sure, but Joan of Arc was considered a heroine of France for her role during the Lancastrian phase of the 100 Years' War. But in which century was she burnt at the stake? Yeah, it's not a very nice way to go, that I'm sure. Question number 8 starts with the number 6. What was the total number of Braille characters in the old 6-dot system? It's the same number that appears in a Beatles song, which was released in 1967. And up until 1957 was the number of paise in an Indian rupee. Probably not worth a lot, to be fair, a paise. So question number 8 again, what was the total number of Braille characters in the old 6-dot system? It's the same number that appears in a Beatles song released in 1967. And up until 1957 was the number of paise in an Indian rupee. What's that, Angela? Want to put the aircon on? It's getting too hot in here. Angela wants to put the aircon on, but we can't because of the blue tits. God, dad-nabbit. I'm going to go and evict him tomorrow. Question number 9, starting with the letter T. This is a tricky one. Played by Harvey Spencer Stevens. What is Damien's surname in the 1976 film The Omen? It's a good one. Can you remember that? So question 9 again. Played by Harvey Spencer Stevens. What is Damien's surname in the 1976 film The Omen? Linda from the Yorkies, I'm sure she'll be all over that one. Question number 10, starting with the letter H. What is the only US state not to have a straight line in its borders? So question number 10, which is the only US state not to have a straight line in its borders? I thought of that one, Chris. He says, if the aircon overloads, you might have blue tits. Oh, dear. You wouldn't believe the hole they've actually got into. Tiny little thing. But never mind. Question number 11, starting with the letter M. Steve McLaren was manager of which football club immediately before he was announced as Sven-Göran Eriksson's successor on the 4th of May 2006 as England manager? So question 11 again. Steve McLaren was manager of which football club immediately before he was announced as Sven-Göran Eriksson's successor on the 6th of May 2006 as the England manager? Question number 12 starts with the letter A. What is the city on the banks of the Yamuna River in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh, where you can find one of the 7 wonders of the modern world? So question 12 again. What is the city on the banks of the Yamuna River in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh, where you can find one of the 7 wonders of the modern world? And finally, question 13, starting with the letter Y as in May. YTS was the name given to an on-the-job training course for school leavers aged between 16 and 17 and was managed by the Manpower Services Commission. But what did the initials YTS actually stand for? Or what did they stand for? I had plenty of them in my shop. Some were good, some were not so good. So question 13, YTS was the name given to an on-the-job training course for school leavers aged 16 and 17 and was managed by the Manpower Services Commission. But what do the initials YTS stand for? There we go. That's 13 questions in round number 1. Do remember, if you like the quiz, to hit the like button. It's very easy. It's that thing with the thumbs up. It always helps. And do feel free to subscribe to Nick's YouTube channel, Pewee 1957, to keep you up to date with any quizzy things going on. Right then, everybody, I don't think we need an awful lot, do we, of time to sort those out? You've probably got an answer down for most things there. And if you haven't, have a good guess. Do remember, each of your answers have got to spell out, the initial letters spell out the word Sunday, the 16th of May. Right then, without further ado, let's quickly do some marking on round 1, see how many teams have got full marks with round 1. So question number 1, now a public museum, Alcatraz, of course, is situated just off San Francisco. Number 2, the world's only capital, to begin with the letter U, is Ulaanbaatar. Ulaanbaatar, of course, which is the capital of Mongolia, for all those that didn't know. It also has the highest air pollution per annum of any city in the world. Question number 3, a campaign called Anglia Square, not Leicester Square. Well, of course, it was launched in Norwich. The film was set in Norwich. Number 4, which liqueur? Well, I was after meaning the drink that satisfies was Drambuie. Number 5, of course, was Alan Rickman, who played Hans Gruber. Number 6 was Yes Songs, that triple album by Yes. Number 7, Joan of Arc, was burnt at the stake in the 15th century. 1431 to be exact, but 15th century. Question number 8. What was the total number of Braille characters in the old 6-dot system? Same number that appears on a Beatles song. Well, it was when I'm 64. It was 64. It's also the number of paise in an Indian rupee. 64 to the rupee. That's a nice round number, isn't it? Question number 9. That was the tricky one. Damien's surname. He was Damien Thorne. Damien Thorne. Well done if you got that. Number 10, the only US state with no straight lines in its borders, of course, is Hawaii. Number 11, Steve McLaren managed Middlesbrough before he took on the England job. Number 12, the Yamuna River, of course, is right next to the Taj Mahal in Agra. Agra was the name of the city. And final, number 13, is the Youth Training Scheme. The Youth Training Scheme. Well done if you got the old YTS screen. So well done, everybody, for those. Let's see how many of you have scored a full 13 points in that round. I'm sure we've got a few. However, it might be a bit tougher than I thought, but we will see. Right, we've got 70 people logged on at the moment, which is very good. We have PRS with a very respectable 12 points to start them off. Squeaky Pub on 13 points. Well done, Squeaky Pub. Any more to come in? Clive, Janet and the Teasers are on 13. We've got Footy Fox 86 on 10. Michelle, Charlie and James are on 13 points. Sarah, Russ, Joe and James are on 11 points. We've got Pickamix on 12. Georgie, Lambert and the Yorkies, they're on 9.5 points. Mick and Bever on 12. We've got Carol Green on 13. Don Quixote are on 13. Pink and Perky are on 9. We've got Penny Graham on 10. Split the Difference are on 13. Home Alone 6 are on 10. Famous Five are on 11. We've got the Weak Links on 12. The Quizzy Rascals on 12. Dave and Ann Anderson on 11. And Faye and the Booby Prize Girls are on 9 by the looks of things. So it perhaps was a bit more testing than I thought. Oh, well, some great scores there all the same. We've got Jed and Tracy having a bad start on 9 at the Rugby Rotary Club on 11 points. So well played them. Now then, round number 2 tonight is entitled Hidden Words. Oh, we've got Trish Ridgway on 11. We've got Ian and his bottle of Shiraz. He's added 13 to his score. Oh, well, he started with 0, so he's now on 13 points. And we've got Team UK, USA on 10 points. So well played them. Well played, Paul and Trish. Right then, round number 2 is entitled Hidden Words. Cup or tea. 10 questions on general knowledge, whether either cup or tea is hidden within the answer. They're hidden within the answer. And they're not split up. It's the whole word, tea or cup. You'll get the idea. So question number 1. The German name for what large rodent translates as thorn swine? So question number 1 again. The German name for what large rodent translates as thorn swine? Just think of a thorn swine, what it might be called in English, and see whether there's tea or cup in it somewhere. Or, in fact, teacup in it. Right, we all got the idea. Maybe we haven't. Maybe we won't be able to work that one out. Right, question number 2 may help you. Remember, you're looking somewhere in the answer for the word tea or the word cup. What is the name of the 1928 short film that marked the official debut of Mickey Mouse? It's a 2-word answer. So what is the name of the 1928 short film that marked the official debut of Mickey Mouse? Oh, damn, I've forgotten his birthday now, Mickey Mouse. I can't remember. Oh, no, it was 1928. Ah, damn. Somebody's going to remind me in a minute. Question number 3. What French word for cake is sometimes used to refer to a rich, decorated cake, especially one with layers of cream or fruit? It's just a 1-word answer I'm after for that one. So what French word for cake is sometimes used to refer to a rich, decorated cake, especially one with layers of cream or fruit? I'm sure it's the type that Carol would enjoy one of those. Question number 4, a little bit wordy. I'm after a 2-word answer. Well, we just say that in the question. What 2-word phrase means a false or insincere display of grief and derives from an ancient belief that a particular type of animal cries whilst consuming its prey? October the 1st. Well done, Carol. I meant to put that one to memory and I've forgotten it. But never mind. So question 4 again. What 2-word phrase means a false or insincere display of grief and derives from an ancient belief that a particular type of animal cries whilst consuming its prey? Question number 5. Which Alison played Gavin's mum, Pam, in the TV show Gavin and Stacey? Now, it was a good TV show by any standards. We watched the whole series in lockdown, didn't we? So question 5 again. Which Alison played Gavin's mum, Pam, in the TV show Gavin and Stacey? Any other facts we can come up with, Carol? Mickey Mouse is a Libra. That's a good one. Oh dear. Perhaps we could have, wait a minute, what does that make his birthstone? Wait a minute, where were we? October. What's the birthstone for October? Oh dear. Question number 6 for all you salty sea dogs. It's one I knew, obviously, of my years in the Navy. What name is given to the openings on the side of a ship at deck level to allow water to run off? Oh, that's an opal. Well spotted, John. So we now know Mickey Mouse is a Libra and an opal. Oh, dear. So question 6 again. What name is given to the openings on the side of a ship at deck level to allow water to run off? Otherwise, it'd be trapped all over the deck, wouldn't it, I suppose? Swooshing about, not doing the buoyancy any good. That's just a one-word answer I'm after for that one. Question number 7. By what name is a synchronous diaphragmatic flutter more commonly known? I often get them after a good hot curry. So by what name is a synchronous diaphragmatic flutter more commonly known? Question number 8. This will take you back to Christmas. Which one of Santa Claus' reindeer shares its name with a Roman god? Now, do remember all the answers should have either the word cup or the word tea in them somewhere. So question 8 again. Which one of Santa Claus' reindeer shares its name with a Roman god? Question number 9. Originally a British Royal Navy minesweeper, the RV Calypso was converted into a research vessel in the 1950s for which famous oceanographer? So question number 9 again. Originally a British Royal Navy minesweeper, the RV Calypso was converted into a research vessel in the 1950s for which famous oceanographer? And finally, question number 10, probably the toughest one in the round. Referring to income and wealth inequality in the USA, "We are the 99% is a slogan used by which international protest movement? It's a one-word answer I'm after. So referring to income and wealth inequality in the USA, "We are the 99% is a slogan used by which international protest movement? There we are. Now, each of your answers in that round should contain the word tea or cup. So underline them as you go and just see whether they do. If you're struggling, you've probably got it wrong somewhere, but I'll just give you a minute to confer as teams do and have to, and report back to your leader, whoever the leader is who's writing the answers down. I know my wife's team, they're all over the place and talk to each other on WhatsApp and whatever. And I know the Rugby Rotary Club, they Zoom each other or perhaps talk on WhatsApp. I don't know. Michael got number 6. Excellent. Well played, Michael. Was he in the Navy? He could have been. Right then, everybody, let's go back to number 1 and we'll just go through those answers. Question number 1, the German name for what large rodent translates as thorn swine? That's the porcupine, the porcupine. The word cup, obviously, in that one. Number 2, Mickey Mouse's official debut was in the short called Steamboat Willie. Steamboat Willie. Oh, he's in the sea cadets. Excellent. Question number 3, I was after a gatto. Of course, that type of layered cake. Number 4, false or insincere display of grief. Crocodile tears. I was after crocodile tears. Number 5, Alison's, which blown by your eyes, Pam in the TV show, it was Stedman. It was Alison Stedman I wanted. Number 6 even, they're better known as the scuppers. The scuppers that allow water to run off the deck of a ship. Number 7, a synchronous diaphragmatic flutter is more commonly known as a hiccup. Number 8, one of Santa Claus' reindeers shared its name with the Roman god. That's Cupid, of course. Number 9, that famous oceanographer was, of course, Jacques Cousteau. And finally, referring to the income and wealth inequality in the USA, that we are the 99% is the slogan of the international protest movement called Occupy. Occupy. Well done if you got that. That was a tricky one, I have to say. That would not have come to me straight away by any standards. Right then, everyone, let's have some scores in. See how I've done your teams. And let's see whether we've got some full scores in that round. I'm sure we probably have 1 or 2 teams that have got full marks. Squeaky Pub have moved on to a very respectable 23, as has Carol Green, 23 points. Mick and Bevan not far behind on 21, with Don Quixote also on 23 points. We've got PRS on 22, Sarah Russ, James and Joe on 19 points. We've got David Ann Anderson on 19, Pick and Mixer on 21, the famous 5 doing very well. John and Hillary on 20 there. We've got Wheat Nicks have moved on to 21. Georgie Lambert and the Augers on 16.5. We've got the Quizzy Rascals on 22 points. Footy Fox have moved on to 16 with Faye. The pair of them on 15 points. Penny Graham's on 17. Home Alone 6 have moved on to 19 with Jed and Tracy also on 19. Michelle said 22. Really like that round. Thanks, Michelle. Trish and Paul are on 19 points with Clive and Janet. The Teasers are on 23. Mike Yatesy said 13. He joined in late. Never mind, Mike. You can give yourself an extra 10 for the first round, obviously. Ian and his bottle of Shiraz, he's moved on by 10 to 23 points. Rugby Roach Club have moved on to 20 points, as has Team UK USA also on 20 points. Graham and Jane have also joined late, rushed to catch up. We have 15. Oh, well, you're doing well if you've rushed. You could take your time to catch up, Graham. It's not a problem. So good evening to you too. I hope you're both well. Now then, round number 3 tonight is entitled The Initial Letter Link. 10 questions on general knowledge, where the answer to the final question can be spelt out by rearranging the first letters of the first 9 answers. Oh, late scoring, split the difference with 22 points. So we've still got 1, 2, 3. I think we've got 3 or 4 teams with full points at the moment. So well played, everybody, with full points. And you've got a number of teams snapping at your heels, so to speak. So here we go then. Initial letter link. These are just general knowledge questions. So question number 1. The highest court in the European Union, called the European Court of Justice, is based in which country? They're a bit tricky, these. You all get them mixed up. So question number 1. The highest court in the European Union, called the European Court of Justice, is based in which country? Now, I'm just going to try this oat cream double dry hopped IPA. We'll see what this goes down on. There was me thinking it was going to be a dark beer, but it's not. Question number 2. According to the Old English proverb, what waits for no man? It's really a 3-word answer, that. So, according to the Old English proverb, what waits for no man? 3-word answer. Pretty straightforward, I hope. Question number 3. It's got a little bit of history in it somewhere. Born in London in 1903, Who has hosted the Academy Awards ceremony more times than anyone else? So question 3 again. Born in London in 1903, who has hosted the Academy Awards ceremony more times than anyone else? Right, everybody, come on. I need a few more jokes, so do keep the jokes coming. We haven't had one since round 1. Roy said, hey, Nick, Hillary asked me, what's the capital of Alaska? I said, Juneau. And she said, I'm asking the questions. Juneau. That's very good. I like that one, Roy. I don't know where you get these from. They're very good. Very clever. Question number 4. Listen carefully, because this is a bit of a killer, this one. With a name where all odd-numbered letters are consonants and all even-numbered letters are vowels, which Croatian tennis player won the men's singles title at Wimbledon in 2001? It's a 2-word answer I'm after. And makes itself apparent when you write it down, I suppose. So question number 4. With a name where all odd-numbered letters are consonants and all even-numbered letters are vowels, which Croatian tennis player won the men's singles title at Wimbledon in 2001? Somebody spent the time to work out that it's consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. Very clever. Question number 5, very easy for the Giffords, this one, I think. Iceberg's hid arm is an anagram of which English county? So question 5 again. Iceberg's hid arm is an anagram of which English county? I hope I've spelt it right, but I'm sure Robin will let me know if I haven't. Just to help you, it's a 1-word answer. Question number 6. What is the more common 1-word name for the technique of the hydraulic fracturing of shale rock? So question 6 again. What is the more common 1-word name for the technique of the hydraulic fracturing of shale rock? Right, hope you're all staying with it so far. Question number 7. Gaining its independence in 1991, following the dissolution of the Soviet Union, the Orange Revolution was a series of protests and political events that took place in which country from late November 2004 to January 2005? Can't remember actually, but I think they had about 4 different presidents within a month. So question 7 again. Gaining its independence in 1991, following the dissolution of the Soviet Union, the Orange Revolution was a series of protests and political events that took place in which country from late November 2004 to the January 2005? Was that true? Question number 8, another geography question. With a population in excess of 2.7 million, I think I've got it right this week, Chicago is the largest city in which American state? So question 8 again. With a population in excess of 2.7 million, Chicago is the largest city in which American state? Now, do remember this is initial letter length, so you need to look at all the initial letters, start writing them down, because I'm going to ask you to rearrange them in a minute. But before we get there, question number 9. Now 54 years old, that was as of today, which actress played Queen Elizabeth in the 2010 film The King's Speech? So question 9 again. Now 54 years old, which actress played Queen Elizabeth in the 2010 film The King's Speech? And of course, question number 10, the first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the title of which 1999 film that ends with a voiceover saying, "You met me at a very strange time in my life." That's a 2-word answer. So question number 10, the first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the title of which 1999 film that ends with a voiceover saying, "You met me at a very strange time in my life." And there we have it. That's the end of round 3 for you all. I hope you've done all right on that round. Question number 10, that film is a 2-word answer. And do remember it's 9 letters long between them. I will give you a minute to try and work those out because they're not easy, those. Now, for all of you that live in Rugby, that possibly used to do the Thursday night quiz at the Jolly Abbot, as you know, the Jolly Abbot is staying closed at the moment until I've got some new tenants, I expect. We used to do the quiz there every Thursday night, but I've robbed the quiz master, Mr. Starkey, and he's going to come and do the quiz at the Alexandra Arms, my other pub in town, on a Thursday night starting at 8 o'clock. That will be starting again in July, probably the week before. The problem with starting quizzes, of course, we've got the Euros to get past and things like that, which people are going to be interested in June, early part of July. So once the football's out of the way, we can start that. But if you're interested in doing a quiz on a Thursday night, as I say, we will be starting one in July. Quizmaster, Mr. Starkey, down at, it's Kevin Starkey, by the way, not Christian, Kevin, down at the Alexandra Arms, starting at 8 o'clock. Right then, everybody, how are you doing? Are you all right, Anne? Oh dear, squeaky bum. But ex-husband and his tart used to go to the Abbott quiz on Thursdays. Well, it says it all, doesn't it? Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, what a great. Oh dear, dear. I hope we used to beat them anyway. Yeah, says it all, Jolly Abbott. Never mind. Right then, everybody, let's do some marking after that tricky round and see how we've fared. I hope you've managed to work it backwards and work out the name of the film, because if you have, you should have been able to work backwards and work the answers out. So question 1, the highest court in the European Union, called the European Court of Justice, is based in Luxembourg. Question number 2, according to the Old English proverb, what waits for no man? That's time and tide. Time and tide waits for no man. Number 3, born in London in 1903, who has hosted the Academy Awards ceremony more times than anyone else? Well, you might not have thought of this guy, but then one, it was Bob Hope. Bob Hope, born in London. Number 4 was that Croatian tennis player. Well done if you've got Goran Ivanisevic. I can't even say it, but never mind. Goran Ivanisevic. Number 5, that of course that English county was Cambridgeshire. Number 6, hydraulic fracturing of shale rock is better known as fracking. Number 7, that country that gained independence in 1991 was Ukraine. Number 8, the largest city, Chicago, is in which American state? That's Illinois. Well done if you got Illinois. Number 9, I was after Helena Bonham Carter. And finally, if you rearrange the first letters, the first 9 answers, you could have got that film called Fight Club. Fight Club. So well done if you got that. Easy for you to say. What's that? Goran Ivanisevic. Oh dear. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in after that round. I'm sure 1 or 2 of those were relatively straightforward, but others might have caught you out. Mick Roberts, Mick and Bev are doing very well. 30 points. Well done, Mick and Bev. That's not bad out of a possible 33, so well in the running at the moment. Clive and Janet, the teasers, they've got full points, 33 points. Well played, the teasers. Michelle, Charlie and James on 32 points, only 1 behind. George and Emma, the Yorkies, they're doing very well with Linda on 24.5. Got David and Anderson on 25. Carol Green's also on 33 points. Very well done to get Fight Club there. Squeaky Bob on 31. We've got Pick a Mix on 31. Home Alone 6 on 29 points with the Famous 5 on 30 points. PRS not out the running yet on a fantastic 32 points. Graham, the Giffords are on 24 points. We've got Jed and Tracy on 26 points. We've got Footy Fox 86 on 21 points. We've got the Wheatlinks have moved on to 31 points. Very well done. The Booby Price girls face just saying, we're trying very hard. 20 points. Never mind. It's the trying that it's taking part that counts. That's what I've always said. Paula Lewis and the Quiz Rascals have moved on to 32 after dropping just one in the first round. Sarah, Russ, James and Joe are on 27 points. Don Quixote haven't dropped a point yet on 33 points. We've got Penny Graham on 24. Pinky and Perker on 25. Ian Isbell, he's dropped 1 point on that round. He's put +9 on 32 points. Lisa Lasky, Team UK, USA on 27. We've got Split the Difference on 32. And the Rugby Rotary Club on a fantastic 30 points. With Mike Gates on 20 points. So well played, everybody, tonight. Now then, round number 4 is entitled Chain Letters. We did this last week. Basically, there are 10 questions on general knowledge where the last 1, 2 or 3 letters of each correct answer are also the first, second or third letters of the next answer. You'll get the idea as we get along there. Not particularly hard. Tonight, let's see whether we can get 10 on this round as well. Oh, Trish and Paul are on 25 points. Well played, Trish and Paul. Right then, here we go then. Question number 1. What was the name of the title character's Korean manservant in the James Bond film Goldfinger? So question number 1. What was the name of the title character's Korean manservant in the James Bond film Goldfinger? Now, you either take the last letter, the last 2 letters, or the last 3 letters, which in Roy's case would be interesting. And they're the first 2 or the first 3 of the next answer. So question number 2, which indie pop group named themselves after a French National Day that is celebrated on the 14th of July each year, which is also the birthday of the lead singer Dan Smith? That's a 1-word name I'm after. So what indie pop group named themselves after a French National Day that is celebrated on the 14th of July each year? It's also the birthday of the lead singer Dan Smith. I know my wife will get that one straight away. Right, you take the last letter, the last 2 or the last 3 letters of that answer, and it's the first 2 or the first 3 of this one. Question number 3, derived from the Latin, plumbum is an obsolete name for which chemical element? So question number 3, derived from the Latin, plumbum is an obsolete name for which chemical element? Just a 1-word answer, of course. Question number 4 is for all you who've got kids or grandkids. Question number 4. With bricks of twice the length, height and width of traditional Lego pieces, what is the name of Lego's product range that is designed for children aged between 1.5 and 5 years old? That's just a one-word answer. So with bricks of twice the length, height and width of traditional Lego pieces, what is the name of Lego's product range that is designed for children aged between 1.5 and 5 years old? I'm sure we've all played with that recently. I certainly have. Roy's just put, hey Nick, a friend said he didn't understand cloning. I said that makes 2 of us. Oh dear, that's a good one, Roy. Keep them coming. Oh dear, dear, dear. Question number 5. What derogatory term for wine is generally thought to come from an Australian slang term that refers to the French word for white? So question number 5, what derogatory term for wine is generally thought to come from an Australian slang term that refers to the French word for white? Drink gallons of that, says Carol. Oh dear. I'm sure you're not the only one, Carol. Question number 6. This is a one-word answer. I hope you enjoyed the series when it was on TV. In fact, I've been doing reruns, I think, recently. Question number 6. What is the name of the mechanoid robotic servant played by Robert Llewellyn on the TV show Red Dwarf? It's a one-word answer I'm after. Do use the letters of your previous answer. So question 6 again. What is the name of the mechanoid robotic servant played by Robert Llewellyn on the TV show Red Dwarf? Now, if you didn't know that one-word answer, question number 7 may help you, because it'll give you either the last letter, the last 2, or the last 3 letters of that answer. So question number 7, the rock band Kings of Leon originated in Nashville, but in which US state would you find this city? So question 7 again, the rock band Kings of Leon originated in Nashville, but in which US state would you find this city? We found this city. Oh no, that's a different song. Question number 8. Normally pivoting about a fulcrum, what is one of the earliest known pieces of children's playground equipment? So question 8 again, normally pivoting about a fulcrum, what is one of the earliest known pieces of children's playground equipment? It's got to be fairly old because I saw it in the Flintstones. Bam Bam, Bam Bam and whatever his name was. What was the other one? Pebbles. Bam Bam and Pebbles were playing on one anyway. Question number 9. What was the surname of the boy who features in the title of an 1876 novel by Mark Twain about growing up along the Mississippi River? So question number 9. What was the surname of the boy who features in the title of an 1876 novel by Mark Twain about growing up along the Mississippi River? Yeah, a lot of you might be thinking there's far too much USA in this tonight, isn't there? Well, we've got to keep Team USA happy. Got to have a few American questions. Right then, either take the last letter, the last two, or the last three of that answer, and it's the first two or the first three of this answer. So question number 10, what is the 17th letter of the Greek alphabet, which uses a symbol for scientific and mathematical purposes resembling the letter P? So what is the 17th letter of the Greek alphabet, which uses a symbol for scientific and mathematical purposes resembling the letter P? Now, the answer to that question will take you back to number 1, of course, where it could be the first two, or the first three, of course, as number 1. So it goes all the way around in a circle. Look at the last letters of each of your answers, and they should carry on one to the other, to the other, to the other, either by using one letter, two letters, or three letters in each case. Right, hopefully you've got 10 answers now down on your score sheets, on your answer sheets. I will give the teams just a minute to confirm, make sure that all the team members are in agreement to what the answer you're putting down. Well, it's beginning to get dark now. Some big black clouds still out there. Never mind. Okay then, everybody, just quickly put down in the chat column if you need any longer, but I don't think we need any longer, do we? I don't know. I keep looking at myself in the on the screen here, thinking I'll definitely look a year older than when I started doing this quiz. I had lots of hair and... Okay then, everybody. Doesn't appear that anybody needs any longer. Does he? Oh, right. Right, Chris. Here we go then. Question number 1. What's the name of the title character? Korean manservant. He was known as Odd Job. Odd Job. Well done if you got that. That, of course, gave you the B for Bastille, the name of that indie band. That gave you the L for the element lead, which, of course, led you on to Duplo. Duplo. That, in turn, gave you the PLO for that slang term plonk, which gave you the K for that character Crichton. Crichton. Well done if you got Crichton. That gave you the TEN for the state of Tennessee, which in turn gave you the SEE for a seesaw, of course, that earliest known piece of playground equipment. That in turn gave you the SAW for Sawyer, as in Tom Sawyer. And that in turn gave you the R for the letter Rho, RHO, which is the 17th letter of the Greek alphabet. Surprisingly, with the symbol P, but never mind. So well done if you got Rho, because that was a bit of a red herring, that one. So well done if you got that. Right, Lydia's put all the answers down for you, so let's see how we're all faring. Well, it appears that Clive, Janet and the teasers have still to drop a point. 43 points. A very strong team tonight, a very strong challenge. Sarah, Russ, James and Joan, a fantastic 37 points, with David and Anson on 35. We've got Michelle on 42. Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals are also on 42 points, with Mick and Bev on 40 points. We've got Georgia Lambert and the Yorkies on, Linda on 43 and up 34.5 even. Bother, it's just got off my screen, sorry. PRS have moved on to 42 points, with John and Hillary on a fantastic 40 points. Carol Green says E. Not quite sure what that means, but never mind. The Rugby Race Club have moved on to 40 points. Jed and Tracy on 36. We've got Footy Fox 86 on 29.5 and Pink and Poke on 35. Mike Yates has moved on to 30 with Carol Green on 43. I think that's what he meant to do. Bother, it's gone off my screen now. Oh, Jane and Graham Gifford are on 34 points. We've got Ian and his bottle of Shiraz. He's added 10 to his score, 42 points. That's some going tonight, Ian. Penny Graham's on 31 with the weak links on 41 points. Well played, the weak links. Better this round, said Faye. So the Booby Prize girls are on 29 points. What's that? Teeter-totter, yeah. Perhaps you could explain to the USA team that a seesaw is what they call a teeter-totter. Yes, it's true. Chris Mead split the difference on 42 points, and Don Quixote yet to drop a point, 43 points. Lisa Lasky, Team UK, USA on 37. We've got Squeaky Bob on 41, Pickamix on 41, Home Alone 16, very well on 39 points, with Paul and Trish Ridge not far behind on 35 points. One of the USA team is a Brit, so I know what a seesaw is, but thank you, as my husband was confused. I think the word seesaw probably goes back a little bit further than a teeter-totter or whatever it's called. But never mind. We'll have to look that one up and put that in a future quiz. Right then, round number 5 is a connections round. We've got 2 sets of 4 general knowledge questions, where question 5 and 10 asks for a connection between the previous 4 answers. So we've got any more scores to come in, or everybody got their scores in? Well done, everybody. We've got some fantastic scores. We've still got 2 or 3 teams on 43 points, and there's plenty on 41 and 42. So it's all to play for as we come into the last 2 rounds. Right, 2 sets of 4 general knowledge questions, where question 5 and 10 ask for a connection between the previous 4 answers even. So question number 1, which 1987 war film was advertised with a poster that featured a helmet with the words "Born to Kill" written on it? So question number 1, which 1987 war film was advertised with a poster that featured a helmet with the words "Born to Kill" written on it? I think it's the one where it's got a bayonet of a rifle or something. The helmet's on top of the rifle. I think. Somebody's going to correct me on that one, but never mind. Question number 2. What is the full name of the government department that is commonly abbreviated as DWP? So question 2 again, what is the full name of the government department that is commonly abbreviated as DWP? Robin's just saying who I used to work for. Ha! Now we know who to blame then, clearly, Robin. Question number 3. This took a little bit of rewriting, as me and my daughter weren't happy with the way I'd written it down in the first place. So here we go. Question number 3. In 2008, which football team set new records for both the lowest number of points and fewest number of wins in the Premier League season, with a total of just 11 points and 1 win? I think it was a pretty dismal season for them. They were thankful they didn't stay up, I'm sure. So in 2008, which football team set new records for both the lowest number of points and the fewest number of wins in a Premier League season, with a total of just 11 points and 1 win? Question number 4. Featuring in a number of films, Skull Island is best known as being the home of which monster? I wonder where Ian was. Oh dear, we just had a football question in. You could have got that one. Yeah, evening. Well, just got rid of the grandkids. Now I need a rest, lol. Don't we all after the grandkids? I'll be surprised if you're not asleep by the end of the quiz. That's how I feel. The wife and I feel when we're giving them a back at 5 in the evening. We're worn out completely, but never mind. Surprising how kids can wear you out, isn't it? That's why you have to have them young. Never have kids when you're old, that's for sure. So question 4 again, featuring in a number of films, Skull Island is best known as being the home of which monster? And of course, question 5, what is the connection between the previous 4 answers? It's just a one-word connection. One word will connect the previous 4 answers. Come on, Carol. I'm expecting you to get this one. Pretty straightforward connection tonight. And I know you've been working on them to improve your connection rounds. Now then, nobody's told me actually whether it was their birthdays or anybody's birthday this week. I haven't had any. It may be just the quality of my singing that puts you off, but do feel free if somebody wants to nominate anybody for a birthday sing-song. And if anybody's got any particular advice on how to get blue tits out of your air conditioning system, I'll be pleased to know. Well, I think they're probably ready to fledge anyway, so hopefully they'll have cleared off in the next day or two. There seems to be a few juveniles coming in and out of the thing tonight, so never mind. Oh, yes, Ian was just saying, oh, and on a plus note, I had 2 visitors last night, so keep an eye out tonight. This will be back to, of course, last year, Ian Hedgehog HQ in Long Lawford, just outside Rugby. So let's hope the hedgehogs come back again. You'll have to put a few tidbits out for the hogs tonight then, Ian. They'll be back. Paul Lewis, I'm in the bath. Paula refuses to feed me, and it's my birthday. Anyone know a good place? good Just Eat place? In the bath. Oh, Ian's retracted his message there. Refuses to feed me, and it's my birthday. Now, Paul, is it really your birthday? Because if it really is your birthday, how old are you today? You'll have to let me know. And I will sing you happy birthday if it is. Now I'm in the bath. What's that? Diane saying, don't touch the birds or you'll get in trouble with the RSPB. Ooh, I wouldn't dare touch them. You needn't worry, Diane. I'm not going to touch them. I might put an eviction notice on my air conditioning unit and a little notice or something. Get out. Not my birthday. It's just hungry. PRS have just mentioned, don't touch the tits. Yes, I'm going to leave the tits alone for the next day or two. You'll be pleased to know. Stop being rude, everybody. Right, question number 6. Here we go then. Paul has just said, this is the length he goes to make me... What's this? This is the length he goes to make me food. I've been ignoring his messages. Lydia, please block him. Block Paul quickly. Right then, this is your second set of general knowledge questions. Question number 6, probably the toughest one in the round. Which sci-fi character first appeared in a 1928 novella called Armageddon 2419 AD with Philip Francis Knoll, and in the late 1970s and early 80s was played on TV by Jill Gerard? So question 6 again. Which sci-fi character first appeared in a 1928 novella called Armageddon 2419 AD by Philip Francis Nolan, and in the late 1970s and early 80s was played on TV by Jill Gerard? That is a 2-word answer I'm after. Very famous sci-fi character. If you didn't know that, don't worry, you might be able to work out the connection. So question number 7, what type of food is mentioned in the Lord's Prayer? So question 7 again, what type of food is mentioned in the Lord's Prayer? Most people my age should remember that. We used to have to say it at school every day. Don't know whether they do at school anymore. I don't suppose they do. It's probably not correct now anymore, but never mind. Question number 8. According to a nursery rhyme, what two things go with all things nice? To answer the question, what are little girls made of? So question 8 again. According to the nursery rhyme, what two things go with all things nice? To answer the question, what are little girls made of? That's probably not politically correct either nowadays, but never mind. Question number 9. Thought to have been around for millennia. What is a children's game in which players deal cards and react quickly to spot pairs of the same rank, often shouting out the game's name? Oh, she's got it already. Well done, Carol. So question 9 again. Thought to have been around for millennia. What is a children's game in which players deal cards and react quickly to spot pairs of the same rank, often shouting out the game's name? Just a one-word answer I'm after. It's probably played, I say it's around millennia. Of course, cards haven't been around that long, so probably using something else. And finally, of course, what is the one-word connection between the previous 4 answers? So question 10 again, what is the one-word connection between the previous 4 answers? Well, Ian Miller, it's just getting dark now. I expect the hogs should be just about logging about by now. Maybe leave it another 15 minutes. Actually, the nights really are drawing out, aren't they? It won't be long before I can do an al fresco quiz in the back garden. I only managed 2 last year. That's about as much as we can sit outside in this country, but never mind. Right then, everybody, how are we doing? Oh, he says, yes, just got one. What do you mean, just got one? You mean you've trapped one quickly or what? You... Oh, well, it's great to see the wildlife back again. Oh, Graham's saying in the rain. It's not raining here, Graham, at the moment. We've got, well, I say clear skies. There's some big black clouds both sides, but it's just about, it's just beginning to get dark now. Right then, everybody, let's do some marking after that round and see how we've all fared. I hope you've all kept you entertained with that round. So question number 1, let's hope we're ready to do some marking. The wall film I was after, which was advertised with a poster that featured a helmet, was full metal jacket. Number 2, the DWP that Robin worked for was the Department of Work and Pensions. Number 3, of course, that team that had that awful season in 2008 was Derby County. Number 4, of course, was King Kong, who lived on Skull Island. And, of course, the connection between the previous 4 answers was Donkey Jacket, Donkey Work, Donkey Derby, and Donkey Kong. So well done if you got that. Question number 6, of course, that fictional character was Buck Rogers. Number 7, of course, in the Lord's Bread, it's bread. Number 8, I was after sugar and spice. And number 9, of course, the game was called Snap. And the connection between the previous 4 answers was Ginger Rogers, gingerbread, ginger spice, and ginger snap. So well done if you got that. What's that? At the bottom of the garden, got to slowly move their food down towards the decking over the week. Excellent. Yes, bring it forward and they'll come slowly, but surely they'll come closer. Don Quixote. said Stuart. Well done, Stuart. Right, we have Squeaky Bob with 50 with the famous 5 on 48 points, Misha. Mick and Bever on 49 points. We've got Michelle, Charlie, and James on 52 points. Jed and Tracy on 44. Mick and Bever on 49. We've got Home Alone 6 on 48. Sarah, Russ, James, and Joe on 47. We've got Graham and Jane on 41 points. We've got Rugby Rose Club on 48 points. Faye said we really are trying. Lol. 35 points. Footy Facts 86 are on 36 and a half. PRS doing very well on 41 points. We've got the Weak Links on 49 points. Climbing Janet the Teaser on 52 points. Dave and Anne Anderson on 41 points. We've got Georgie Lambert and the Yorkies on 42 points. Carol Green's moved on to 52 points. Pick a Mix on 41. Trish and Paul Ridgway on 44. Split the Difference on 51. We've got Don Quixote still with a clear 53 points. Well played, Don Quixote. Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals have moved on to 52 points. Penny Graham, 36. Don't like the connection, she said. Never mind, Penny. Keep trying. It gets easier with time. Pinky Pecker on 43 points. Ian and his bottle of Shiraz. He's added 8. 50. Neither connection. Yes, one word connections. I suppose it's just thinking, isn't it? Words. Mike Picker makes a moved on to 51. Now that's a cracking score with Mike Yates on 37. Team USA, UK on 45 points. Dropped a couple there. Couldn't get the connection. Never mind. Well played, everybody. So, at the moment, it looks like we have the Quizzy Rascals on 52, Split the Difference on 51, Don Quixote 53, Pick a Mix 51, Carol Green 52, the Teasers 52, PRS 51. We've got Michelle, Charlie, and James on 52. So, it's going to be very, very close going into this last round. And we've got a number of teams in the very high 40s. So round number 6, let's hope you can do well in this round. This is basically just general knowledge, things you ought to know. 1 or 2 possibly which are a bit far-fetched, but never mind, you perhaps ought not to know. So here we go then. Question number 1. Let's see how we fare in this last round to sort you all out. It turns out Abide With Me has been sung at every FA Cup final since 1927, when it was first introduced, actually by the crowd. This was the year that which team beat Arsenal 1-0 and in doing so became the first and so far only non-English side to lift the trophy. So question 1 again. It turns out Abide With Me has been sung at every FA Cup final since 1927 when it was first introduced. This was the year that which team beat Arsenal 1-0 and in doing so became the first and so far the only non-English side to lift the trophy. Question number 2 is a bit of a daft question. Created by Enid Blyton, the character Noddy is normally shown wearing what colour of hat? So created by Enid Blyton, the character Noddy is normally shown wearing what colour of hat? It's a bit of a daft question, really, isn't it, that one? Question number 3 for all you that keep up with your music. Dua Lipa was in the news last week as she won the 2021 Brit Award for Best British Female Solo Artist. But can you name any one of the other 4 nominees she beat in that category? Bang up to date music. So Dua Lipa was in the news last week as she won the 2021 Brit Award for Best British Female Solo Artist. But can you name any one of the other 4 nominees she beat in the category? Robin's put is no a correct answer. Well, possibly, Robin. You needn't worry, you've got somebody in your team that will know that one, Robin. You don't have to know that kind of thing. Question number 4. You've just got to think about this one. What 3-letter word would you spell out on a UK keyboard by pressing the rightmost letter of the bottom row, followed by the leftmost letter of the middle row, followed by the rightmost letter of the top row? Now, obviously, you've got a keyboard in front of you. That's very easy, which is a bit unfair, but never mind. So what 3-letter word would you spell out on a standard UK keyboard by pressing the rightmost letter of the bottom row, followed by the leftmost letter of the middle row, followed by the rightmost letter of the top row? Well, most quizzes should know the top row of the keyboard at least. Yeah, if you got it in front of you, it's a bit easy, that one, but never mind. Right, question number 5. Which animal appears on a brown UK road sign representing a zoo? So question number 5. Which animal appears on a brown UK road sign which represents a zoo? What's that? A chicken? A hedgehog. It's all right. The wife and Angela and Lydia are tittering. I don't know what it's about, but never mind. They're doing elephant impressions over there. Oh, just giving that one away. God dang it. Oh, they're tittering even more now. Sorry about that one, everybody. I think I've given that one away. Right, question number 6. If all the countries in the world were listed alphabetically, which country would appear last in this list? Yes, Squeaky Bob saying, oops. Dang it. So question number 6. If all the countries in the world were listed alphabetically, which country would appear last in this list? Question number 7. This really ought to be for my 3-year-old, going on 4-year-old granddaughter. She'll know this one. Which car manufacturer was founded by someone with the first name of Ettore and features a reversed letter E alongside the first letter of his surname in its logo? So if you know car logos, that may help a lot. So which car manufacturer was founded by someone with the first name of Ettore and features a reversed letter E alongside the first letter of his surname in its logo? That's a tricky one. It helps if you can visualize the reverse letter E, I suppose. I would like to think my granddaughter could get that one, but I don't think she could because we never see many of these around. Not where we go, anyway. Don't see many in Oldie's car park. I know number 1. Good. Excellent. Well done, Ian. I thought you might get that one. Question number 8. This is a tricky one. Which of these UK places lies furthest west? I was going to say cities, but they're not all cities. So which of these UK places lies furthest west? I'm going to give you a choice. There's 3 to choose from. Is it Inverness, Swansea, or Plymouth? And they're remarkably close, to be fair, so it's a bit... I beg your pardon. Faye's just put, "Oh, Nick, Jackie and I think you're giving us a hard one tonight." Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Less of that, Faye. Carol's just put, "In the holiday home next to us, 1 Ferrari and 3 Alfa Romeos have turned up today." What did you go in then, Carol? The roller, was it? Obviously a very nice park down there. So question 8 again. Which of the UK places lies furthest west? It's a tricky one. I'll give you the choices. Is it Inverness, Swansea, or Plymouth? Question number 6. What's happened to question number 6? Oh, no, it's on mine. Just before number 7. Oh, no. Number 5, please. Is that on? No, it's number 5. No. No, it's number 5 that we haven't got. I've got round 6-4 and round 6-6. I haven't got 5. We have to be mindful of the YouTube algorithms that stop any strange words like zoo, for instance, or brown. Yeah, maybe the word brown. Anything rather strange. Right then, question number 9. In the well-known nursery rhyme, who killed Cock Robin, which was first recorded back in 1744 and was attributed to killing Cock Robin? I said that rather wrong, but I should have just said it in one word, really. It would have been a lot easier. So in the well-known nursery rhyme, Who Killed Cock Robin, which was first recorded back in 1744, who was attributed to killing Cock Robin? I could have worded that a lot easier, I have to say, but never mind. Are you still struggling, Liz, to get that one to come up? I'll read it out again in a minute. Don't worry about question number 5. I'll read it out again for you in a minute. And finally, question number 10, just a bit of logic here. 2015 was the first year since 1975 in which no one managed to do what, with 22 of those who tried being killed? Well, the answer is don't try, isn't it, really, I suppose? So 2015 was the first year since 1975 in which no one managed to do what, with 22 of those who tried being killed? That's a tricky one. Oh, yeah, I did give the questions. I did give the answer to question 5, but never mind. So question 5 again, for all those that didn't catch the question. Which animal appears on a brown UK road sign representing a zoo? Well, it's white on brown, actually, but never mind. And there we have it, a rather tricky round to finish you off. But let's hope that 1 or 2 of you have managed to... let's hope you've all got it kept together and managed to get a good 8 or 9 on that round. I'm not expecting full scores, but if you can get 8 or 9, you could have won tonight's quiz. Oh, well, it's great to see so many people. We've still got 78, well, we've nearly had 80 people concurrently tonight, but 75. It's been very good turnout as usual on a Sunday night, and it's great to see so many people still doing the quiz. Do remember, we were doing it on a Saturday night, Sunday night even, for the next 6 weeks at least before, well, maybe 7 weeks actually, but never mind. My head's going round, really, knowing how many weeks we got left. But never mind. 7 or 8 weeks, something like that. Right then, here we go. These are the answers to round number 6, to general trivia. Abide With Me was sung by the Welsh singers in the crowd. And of course, the only non-English side to lift the trophy were Cardiff. So it was Cardiff I was after. Number 2, apparently Noddy's hat is blue. Number 3, Dua Lipa. She won the Brit Awards for Best Female Solo Artist, but can you name any one of the other 4 nominees? Well, there was Celeste. She's been on the One Show twice. Leander Havers. There was Arlo Parks and Jessie Ware. So well done if you got any of those. Number 4, what 3-letter word can you spell on a standard UK keyboard? Well, it's the word map. Lower right, middle left, top right. Number 5, of course, I gave you that one. It was the elephant, of course. Number 6, of all the countries in the world listed alphabetically, which country would appear last? That's Zimbabwe. Number 7, that car manufacturer with the letter E backwards, and the letter B is Bugatti. Bugatti I was after. Number 8, which of these UK places lies furthest west? Well, that was tricky. It's actually Inverness. Inverness lies at 4 degrees, 14 minutes west, which is further west than the other 2. Number 9, of course, it was the sparrow that killed Cock Robin. And finally, number 10, of course, it was the first year that nobody climbed Mount Everest because all that tried died. Fantastic, eh? But never mind. So, yes, climbing Mount Everest. Right then, everybody. I think maybe 1 or 2 people haven't scored a full amount on that round. So we will see. There's 1 or 2 straightforward, but 1 or 2 tricky ones in that round. So let's see how we're fared. Clive and Janet and the teasers end up out of a possible 63 points with 62 points. So well played, the teasers, because that could well be the winning score tonight. The famous 5 end up with 56. Well played, John and Hillary and the gang. Footy Fox 86 on 42.5. Jed and Tracy on 51 points. We've got Sarah Russ, Jay and Jones on 55 points. Pick and Mixer on 60. We've got Trish Ridgway on 50. We've got the Yorkies end up also on 50 points with Linda. David Anderson on 49 points. Mick and Bev 58 points. That's a cracking score, Mick. Graham and Jane on 47 points. Pinky and Perky on 48. Got Squeaky Bob have ended up 58 points as well. Penny Graham on 42. Don Quixote, finally 63 points. Congratulations to Stuart and the gang. I think that's well deserved. 63 points on tonight's round, especially that last round. I think that's fantastic. Carol Green on 60 points. Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals 62 points. Frank McSorley, a big effort, leaves us with 40. Michelle's sort of saying best we've done. That's Michelle, Charlie and James. Best we've done, but not quite enough. 60 points. That's brilliant out of 63 as well. Home Alone 6 have also done very well. So the 2 cricket teams tonight done fantastic with 57 points. PRS not far behind. Well done, Matthew and Claire and Robin, of course, 60 points. Ian's just added another 9 to his score, 59 points. There's some great scores out there. Weak Links also ended up on 55 points. Well played, Andrew and Jane and Martin and Tina. I trust you were core 8 tonight. I don't know. Chris Mead split the difference on 61 points. The Rugby Rotary Club also scored 56 points. Squeaky Bob, our best score ever, thanks to Connor Cox. Contribution. Well done, Connor Cox. Well done, Michelle and Charlie. Home Alone 6 are saying. And Team UK USA 51, they're saying great fun. Thank you. Tough quiz for us, but enjoyed it. Thanks, both. Mike Yates ended up on 44 points. So very well done, everybody. It looks like out-and-out winners tonight with Don Quixote. It's the first time I think they've won outright, if I'm not mistaken, and fair play to them because they've been doing the quiz virtually every week. And now I think we're on 116 quizzes tonight, but never mind. So thanks, everybody, for taking part. And I look forward to seeing you all maybe on Wednesday if you want to come and join us on Wednesday night. And if not, do come and join us next Sunday night for another one of Nick's Sunday night quizzes. So it's good night from me. It's good night from Lydia. It's good night from Angela. And we'll wish you all a good week and stay safe and good night. Thank you very much.